Hey guys, this is Alex from Trademate Sports and Oddshero, and today I'm going to take you through week 1 of my sports betting journey with Oddshero and Trademate Sports. Now before I get started, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel and click the bell so you get all the notifications for my coming videos in the next couple of weeks. So let's take you through how I went in week 1. So guys, as you'll see, I've had a pretty successful week. I will say though that last week my calculations in terms of my profits and my overall bankroll was slightly inaccurate. It was a bit more than that. So I haven't profited, $400 or so this week. It has been a bit less than that. But yeah, just that off the top. But most of this profit actually came from Oddshero with my match betting. So I'll take you through my dashboard in Oddshero, and as you'll see, I made just under 3,000 NOK from that Leo Vegas bonus. So I was able to turn that over, which was great. It didn't take me long at all. It took about 2 hours, to be honest. So overall, that was quite cool. And yeah, made a nice little profit here just from using match betting. So what I've done is I've factored that into my profits here, as you'll see on this graph here. So this represents me accounting for that, putting that bonus in. I should have gone through this last week, but this one here is also from a bonus that I did with Betson back in December. So yeah, these major spikes, there's a big spike here too. That was my cool bet bonus. So yeah, just to clear up those kind of thoughts you might have. Later in the video, I'll take you guys through how I've distributed my bankroll and how I've kind of made it all look and make sense in terms of implementing a bonus into the equation. But for now, I want to take you guys through my first week with Oddshero. So I've made this little table here to just to check out how I went for my first week. So bonus usually Vegas, bonus amount was 3,000 and they matched that. Turnover, it was only had to turn over 12,000 kroner, which is not that much, to be honest. I know it sounds like a lot of money, but it's not that much. Number of match bets it took me to do that was 30. But this is literally up to you. So you can do this as quickly as you want. If you wanted to, you could stake as much as 3,000 kroners on each match bet, and then it would only take you 4 bets to do it. But I was staking somewhere around 500 kroners, I'd say on average. And overall, that took me 2 hours to place 30 match bets. I think at the moment, it's probably taking me about 5 minutes-ish, probably a bit less, 4 minutes to place each bet. I would say as a beginner, you're probably going to take somewhere between 7-8 minutes, as it can be quite confusing at first. But for me, I've placed nearly about 50 match bets in total now, so I've become quite quick at it. And yeah, that only took me about 2 hours, I would say. And there, my overall profits. So turned 3,000 krona deposit into, or 3,000 krona bonus into 2,987 kronas of real money. Now guys, if you talk in terms of an hourly rate and how much time it took me to make nearly 3,000 kronas, we're talking about making 1,500 kronas an hour. So if you're weighing up whether this is worth it or not in terms of match betting with Oddshero, whether it's worth your time, worth the money you spend, I think that's a pretty safe argument that I just made 3,000 kronas basically from about 2 hours work. For beginners, it might take you a bit longer, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, but even then you're looking at a ridiculous hourly wage. In terms of my staking strategy and for me to maximize the most money I can make from my bonus, I'm staking more money on the ones where I know I'm going to make a profit, whereas the ones, let's just say I might be taking a little loss, like €1 or $1 US, no more than that, or breaking even, I just do like a normal stake of like 500 kroners or maybe a little bit less. So yeah, for me, I like to maximize my profits that I can make from a match bet. So sometimes you might have to take a loss, sometimes you can make a profit. So for the ones where you know you're assured a profit, I try and stake as much as possible. Sometimes you can place a stake. So let's just say, bet on this one here, and I want to obviously take the max prize and say the max order is 1,000 on this one. Let's just say I wanted to put 500 euros on it. Even though it doesn't exceed the max order, sometimes when you place these bets and they come down into this section here, it will sometimes say that they've only placed, let's just say 450 of those euros, which is really annoying because when we're talking about Oddshero and finding our bets, we're talking about exact amounts that we're going to place on each bet. So if they're not allowing me to put, in this case, 733 no-con, and they're only allowing 700, then that kind of stuffs up my calculations, as you will see here. So in the cases where they have only allowed me to, let's say, put 700 kronas on, and I want to put 730, I've just had to make a real quick calculation. So maybe, this is a really bad example, but in an example where there are multiple bookmakers that I can place with. So say I wanted to place with Pinnacle here, 700, wanted to put 733, wanted to put that on, and they only allowed me 700. I would basically go and put the remaining 30 on here. Or if you want to be very technical, you can think, okay, well, I'm taking less odds here, so I'm going to probably have to stake a little bit more. So maybe put something like 33 or 34, just to kind of account for those lesser odds that you are taking. As I have turned over my Leo Vegas bonus, as you can see here, I now have a new bonus. So I'm going with 10 bet on mobile bet, and I went over that spreadsheet I showed you guys last week. So mobile bet offers a 2,000 krona match bonus. So bonus value is 2,000, non-bonus value 2,000. My odds, minimum odds is 180 with them, and the turnover is 8. So I'll have to do a bit more work than I did with Leo Vegas. But yeah, that's the one I'm using from now on. And where I figured out which one to use was from that spreadsheet I showed you guys last week. So if you want to find out the best bonuses to use, jump onto the Oddshero match betting community group, and you will see the pin post where you can check out the best bonuses to take, no matter where you are in the world. Now that's how I went with match betting using Oddshero this week, so I'll show you how I went with Trademate Sports this week. Okay guys, so as I said before, I didn't have the greatest week with Trademate. I probably lost somewhere around 150 to 200 US dollars, but unfortunately I didn't account for that before I put in my match betting success. So next week I'll make sure that I account for how much I'm winning or losing with Trademate, and the exact same for Oddshero as I did before. But this is how I kind of put it all into my my account. So Unibet now, they use the same odds as Leo Vegas. So I started with 3,000 kronas with Leo Vegas, so I've put that into there now. So now Unibet's got 5,000, and the profit has risen. I will show you how I did that in my trade soon. In terms of my other ones, so 10bet, basically this is just a bookie that I'm using to minus what I have profited with Bet365, if that makes sense. So my profits are still here from Bet365, but I've actually taken this profit and I've put it all back into these ones here. So to equal that out, I've gone negative 611 US dollars with this one. Never used 10bet before, but that's just to make sure it's kind of equal. And then these profits have been used to put back into here. The other change I make every week is 240 euros was the initial stake I put into my Sportmarket account, and right now, as you guys would have seen before, my Sportmarket account is sitting at 702 euros in profits. And finally, I actually decided to take money out of my Betfair account, so I've only got 75 US dollars left in there now to place bets. As I said, they've limited me to the point where I can only really get like 1 or 2 trades in every week that are worth getting on, which are kind of maybe more than 10 US dollars allowed to stake. So I took money out of them, and my Coolbet account needed a bit of a refill as I've been struggling with them a little bit. So they offer me so many trades, Coolbet, so it's definitely worth putting some more money into them. Now I'll take you guys through how I'm implementing putting my match betting bonuses into Trademate. So what I'm doing is I'm basically picking a random game out from the game center, trying to find an edge where it's basically breaking even so that it doesn't affect my closing EV much, so that those kind of statistics remain accurate. And all I did was I just picked a random game out, some game in Mexico, and I staked an amount that would give me this return, which is basically how much I made through Leo Vegas throughout the week. So I did lose a bit of money on my Sportsmarket account whilst making a profit with Leo Vegas. So that's how I do it. And then in terms of my Sportmarket account, I will have to go way back until I think it's page 40 or something like that, because I've done this before with Betson, and I basically just update this trade every time I want to update my Sportmarket account. Here it is. So this trade is accounting for my profit with Sportmarket. So I'll update this every week. So right now on my Sportsmarket account, I profited €461 with match betting, and this could really go up and down depending on whether I'm winning the money on the bonus bookmaker or with Sportmarket. But overall, guys, this is going great so far, as my overall goal is with match betting to build my bankroll to a point where I have a bigger bankroll with Trademate Sports and use that with value betting. As I said at the end of my last series, a bigger bankroll equals bigger profits. So this is working perfectly for me at the moment. Here are my trades of the week, like I did in last series. 543 NOK is my biggest win. Biggest loss, 500 NOK. Biggest edge, 22%, which is quite good. So got on at 175 and Pinnacle dropped to 138. So massive edge there. And also my biggest losing edge, which is even bigger than my positive edge, was getting on at 185 and the odds rose to 234. And that's all for today, guys. Once again, thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our channel once again, and make sure you click the bell so you get the notification when I release my next video. But see you guys next time.